Hey YouTube. It's finally time to ask this one question. One question. Is it really time for a class action suit against Sony for the yellow light of death that plagues the earlier models of the PlayStation 3? And quite possibly, it could affect the Slims eventually, because what causes the yellow light of death is the exact same cause that causes the red ring of death. It's just the inadequate cooling for the chips causes stress cracks on the solder joints. So it seems that on YouTube you could watch hundreds of videos of people fixing their PS3s by using the hot air gun method. Now, Sony keeps saying the yellow light of death is caused by multiple issues. Well, why is it that everyone seems to be able to fix it themselves by using a hot air gun? And Sony cannot say that all the yellow light of deaths are related. Well, I think they are. And I'm telling you from my professional expertise, it is. Sony's just being really evil about it. Reason why I say that, for those who purchased an original 60 model, like this one here, for $600 on original purchase date, which I didn't, I'm not stupid like that, it really aggravates the owners of these systems that they're not built to quality. They have Blu-ray failures, which another class action suit just came out for that one, which it's another big issue. This one had a Blu-ray failure. Again, I replaced it myself, and I didn't want to pay Sony $150. I said, fuck that, and I just bought a $65 part, popped it in, bam, the thing works again. But the thing is that I've seen the yellow light of death and Blu-ray failure all too often for it to be written off as a coincidence. It's actually all in the same. If you own any of the fat models, you're guaranteed to get a yellow light of death at some point in your ownership. And some people are saying, well, no, it's not as prevalent as the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death. That is true. It isn't as prevalent yet. And the reason why I say yet is because all of a sudden people are playing Modern Warfare 2, right? Which I don't understand why people still have in their stupid skulls that a game has the capability of killing your machine. But if you wish to believe that, go right ahead. I'm no longer going to stop you because you guys really don't listen to reason. And you're not going to get anywhere if you try to sue Infinity Ward. You're not going to win a case because all the experts are going to point, well, look, it's Sony you have to sue, not Infinity Ward. And I don't even own a single game by them because I don't really care for Call of Duty. I don't care for that series. I don't really like it. But, as I said, it's not the game that's killing your machine. It's the fact that the machine was ready at a state where it was going to die anyway. And the fact that you're playing the game excessively because, look, honestly, people have an addiction to fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And that's why you're putting a lot of use on your machine, so the effects of it killing itself is going to be a hell of a lot faster. And this is the thing. Sony is wrong to say that there isn't an apparent defect. There is. There's no doubt in my mind that there is an apparent defect, because every PlayStation 3 system I've fixed since the summer had either a yellow light of death or had a Blu-ray drive failure. And both of those problems were also accustomed to overheating, where it would run hotter than normal. So a quick replacement of thermal paste fixed that problem. Now, the thing is that Sony tries to come up with this whole excuse that, well, it's well within the 1 to 4% failure rate. No, no way in hell is it well within that industry standard. Then they have the quick method of saying, well, you know, it's standard business practice to charge after the 1-year warranty. Yes and no. Reason why I say that, yes, if, let's say, out of the blue, one PS3 fails out of every 1,000 sold, then you know what, then that's okay. You could charge the customer to fix it because it's not a widespread issue. But when it comes to the point where you're going to have hundreds of thousands of these fucking Blu-ray drives failing, and you're having hundreds of thousands of people complaining about the yellow light of death, it's become to the point where it can no longer be written off as an oddity. It has to be written off as it's a common defect. So I don't understand why Sony still wants to let a lawsuit happen, because it's in their best interest to come out with a public statement saying, look, we are now aware of a issue with our PlayStation 3 systems. We are going to fix them free of charge. That's all I ask, and that's all most people ask. But for them to rudely say, well, your warranty's gone and you don't have the fucking receipt, which really pisses me off, because there were several people that came into Plane Trade with no receipt, and their machine was manufactured within a year of the date that I was servicing it. Like, I had a PlayStation 3, March 2009. I was fixing it in June. March 2009, it had a yellow light of death. Sony wouldn't fix it for free unless I had a fucking receipt. And I told him, I said, look, what sense does that make? You want to prove if it's well within a 1-year warranty? The thing hasn't been in existence for more than a year. So you should fix it for fucking free or I'll sue you. So he goes, okay, we'll just write it off as you had the receipt. The thing is that Sony's policies are not for the customer. They're for them to charge for no apparent reason. The thing is, a customer bought this for $600. For them to spend another $150, $750, that's out of the question. That's out of the question for these machines. It's not worth the stress. And the thing is that they are not in a situation to have an issue. So they need to be fixing these for free. Because no matter how loyal a customer is, except for the Xbox 360 fanboys, because them, I don't know what goes through their mind. Going through 8 or 9 Xbox 360s, I mean, when is enough? When is it enough to say, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to deal with it anymore? Apparently, Xbox 360 fanboys really don't give a shit. They're willing to go through the stress of sending it in over and over and over again. But me, I'm a kind of person that 3 times, that's it. I give every company 3 strikes. So far, HP struck out. They're already on their 7th strike. I mean, they keep sending me free new laptops, and they keep fucking up too. Netgear already had its chance. They're done. Sony, you're on my last nerve with this machine. And the thing is, it's not affecting me. As I said, this machine never had a yellow light of death. But the thing is, for me fixing other people's machines, you're slowly pissing me off. Because the thing is that I understand I'm making money fixing your problem, but the thing is that I don't feel like it's an expense a customer should have to deal with. And I know I'm weird saying this, but I do fix computers for a living. I fix PlayStation 3s, 360s, Wiis. Well, I've only had to fix one Wii, and that's because some dumbass jammed a disc in there. That wasn't even Nintendo's fault. That was the user's fault. And I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Plus a little quick thing to bash about. Why is it that everyone calls PlayStation as a company? PlayStation isn't a fucking company. It's a product owned by Sony. The same thing with Xbox. Everyone calls it an Xbox as a company. Xbox isn't a fucking company. It's a product owned by Microsoft. The only company that you can still say that is Nintendo, because Nintendo's product names are also the name of the company. So people stop saying, oh, I called PlayStation. No, you called Sony, you dumbasses. Same thing with Microsoft. Oh, I called Xbox. Well, yeah. Hey, PlayStation, I'm calling you. Hi. Like, people are stupid. I don't get it. It's the same thing with other companies. They always refer to the product name as the name of the company, which is really stupid. It's like saying, oh, I called Uncharted. Nah, you called Naughty Dog. See, I don't get it. Well, thank you, YouTube. Please rate, subscribe. I really think that something needs to be done about Sony, because they're really starting to piss everyone off. And the thing is that we need to stop blaming each other, stop blaming games, stop pulling fanboy shit out of our ass. We need to actually call Sony on their bluff. They're lying to the media, to everyone, saying that there isn't a problem when there is. Because a system, if it just dies from just normal use, that is no longer a customer's problem. That's the company's problem. So, see you guys.